We go.
What?
What PM EST. Go ahead and show some love in the comments. Tag myself for Shotgun. If you want to make it a little bit extra fun, because them and Rose definitely don't get their noties spammed enough. Tag them.
Wait, where am I supposed to be listening right now?
Show some love in the comments. You all know the usual fucking vibes. Damn, Rose, what's going on? I'm about to hop on stream in a little bit, but damn, how we doing?
Good morning, Sansa, and thank you, the Pewcast, for hosting us today here so we can show them some of the Garden Hour madness. It is an exciting week in the Garden because we've said it 100 times, but we'll say it 100 more times. Azuki Love Island is just a really exciting time for the community. We get to have some fun, we get to have some fights. It's great to be
My mic's not ready yet, right?
No, I just realized since they're bozos and haven't brought me up yet, it'll be delayed if you listen through me. So I'll keep this down until they bring me up.
I am my Pewcast, and my Pewcast is me. Wait, what? Yeah. Anyway, Pew and Moab. Let me guys ask you something. Were you guys here for the previous Love Island?
No, but I'm definitely voting, bro.
It's Maeve,
okay.
Right? Maeve, it's Maeve as in the color.
No,
it's
Maeve.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa, guys, here we go. Right now, let me go. Up for interpretation at this point in time, whenever we have Espresso Invasion, it's up for interpretation.
Yeah, but Maeve, honestly, Espresso Invasion, I do not know how it will go. Because Sanjay is like, he DM'd me beginning of the week and says like, hey, we should discuss on the flow and stuff like that. And I sent him and there's no reply. There's no reply at all. And right? So because Sanjay, and then when he reply you after 1 week, it's like, oh shit, I'm so sorry, I didn't reply. So honestly, if you ask me how, Profit Power Hour X Espresso shot gonna be like, I do not have any idea, but I have a hot take. With Azuki Love Island 3, bro, you keep mentioning it. Will Beans finally flip elementals?
Bozos.
Bozos. You know what? I'm getting sick of this. Because I wouldn't be surprised if Beans did flip elementals.
I don't know. I was typing to you. I realized I can talk. I went out to go get coffee, and I put out the dirty dishes that I took, and I forgot to grab coffee. So I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Wow, man, stays delivering. There were one point you said that, and it triggered me because we were talking about something super serious. Like you were like, I'm here to tell you right now.
All right, I'm just going to invite people to the stream. We're going to have our own show because this is stupid. Here we go. Get in here, Ice. Ice, baby.
People keep saying like, oh, Azuki elementals over beans over elementals. Like, bro, it's all one ecosystem. We don't even really know like the perks for each one of them. We know that the beans have a separate roadmap. So like, I don't think it's kind of, we can even like predict at this point because we don't really know what the elementals are getting versus the OG versus the beans. So it's kind of really, really tough to compare. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents.
Yeah, also, real quick, can you guys bring up the Special Shot House account? My producer is feeling really left out right now. Also, that's where we're going to be transitioning to for anyone that's going to be on stream, because he'll be able to put us through that. So, yeah, if you could just let them up somehow, that'd be fantastic. Real quick, I want to throw it over to a regular speaker of the Espresso Shot as well, and a lawyer of the Espresso Shot. Wait, hold on. I can't believe we overlooked it. We didn't even check it with Rose, and it's her fucking birthday. Happy birthday, Rose!
Happy birthday, Rose!
Happy birthday, Rose! Happy birthday!
Rose,
I had noticed that, and I was thinking to myself, maybe when he said, "Good morning, Dem and Rose, how are you doing?" That Dem is just my lawyer now and speaks for both of us, and so I wasn't going to argue because I've always wanted a personal lawyer. I've been only a little bit jealous of your.
Finally, sync.
Said and thought out, and I'm great. I'm great. How are you?
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I'm doing great. Doing great. It's your birthday. I'm excited. We're over here cross collabing, or puke might say a gangbang. There's a million other words that we could have used. Cross pollination. Crossover. I mean, literally anything fucking else but gangbang. But hey, he went there. It's okay. It's all good. But look, let's throw it over to Waj, the lawyer of the espresso shot. I may or may not have incriminated myself already, but Waj, also, you have macroeconomic news for us today?
I may. A couple of things first. It's always good to say there's a million other ways to say it and then fumble over naming two. That's a good start. That's why I love the espresso shots. Rose, happy birthday. Thank you for your tutorial on how to drink wine in the shower. That was much appreciated. So thank you for that.
You're welcome. Did you try it? It also works with beer, by the way. Or whiskey.
I have not
tried
yet.
all three.
Okay.
I need to learn this. I need to learn this. Drink while I shower. It's like killing 3 birds with 1 stone, to be honest.
Exactly. Although you also you have to be careful not to get the soap in it. But Rose gave me step-by-step instructions of how to not shake like a dog when I put soap on my hair. So now I know what to not do. So I think it'll work. And I was gonna say with the beans flipping elementals, it probably will happen, except for there's one catalyst that people need to be careful of. If Fernando somehow wins Azuki Love Island, beans are going to 0. Absolutely 0, like right away next day. So
honestly, if Fernando wins Love Island,
for anyone else.
If Fernando wins Love Island, bro, I
we're going below 0.
I think that's 100 E floor right there. Fernando has just been chilling right now. He hasn't even pulled out the guns. He just and then he saw a shotgun and he was like, he already screams in his ear every day. He doesn't want to deal with that. So he's just kind of like, conceding before it even really begins a little bit,
Weak.
No, Fernando sucks. Yeah,
okay.
No shotgun.
Right, well, that's great. Thank you for your opinion that no one asked for. Do you have the macroeconomic news? Watch.
So I do have a little bit. I mean, we touched on it yesterday, but there's more news on the whole WeWork going potentially bankrupt. So an interesting stat where they lost $400 million last quarter. So if you think you're down bad, it worked out to they were losing $219,000 per hour for a year period of time. So if you think your favorite NFT project's business model sucks, well, they have a long way to go. Then some news with kind of crypto related. Celsius Network actually has been approved to submit their Chapter 11 plan to creditors for a vote. So some of you might get back like 9 cents on the dollar of what you lost there. And then one of the bigger global macroeconomic things that happened or news that's come out is that China's recovery from COVID has been much slower than expected. Whereas in the United States, our stimulus kind of did hyperinflation, and China actually has reduced to deflation. And they're still trying to figure out why. Their unemployment rate is like 21% for age 16 to 24, which is obviously terrible. Export numbers are down. Everything is basically down. Growth is there. And, for anyone that follows that, I mean, China's a big catalyst of the overall health of the world economy. So them not recovering is not good for anybody. And then for those that are interested, I'm going to start doing something if people want to read it. I'm going to post some of these macroeconomic things. I'm going to try to do it every day, but sometimes my real life gets in the way. So I'm going to post one now if anyone wants to read it. Look at that timing. That's how you set it up, right? And I'll try to keep up with them if people are interested in it so we can kind of get a little bit out of our crypto bubble and look at the world economy to see how that might affect what we do here with our little JPEGs and wine showers.
There is the phone.
There was.
I almost made it. That was like 4 minutes and I didn't get a phone call. That's fucking impressive for a Tuesday morning, but got it at the end.
I have a question.
Yeah,
Sorry,
go ahead, bro.
Sansa.
Sorry.
I know this is your show, but I'm going to cut you off for a second. I'll let you finish.
I mean, you are an honorary co-host, Rose. You're an honorary co-host.
Didn't WeWork already go bankrupt? Isn't that what the whole TV show with Jared Leto was about? Can you go bankrupt more than once? Like, how does that work?
I'm not sure if they did. If they did, it was Chapter 11. But yes, you can, because in a Chapter 11, you're reorganizing. And usually it's like leases and bad brick and mortar things these days. So you can do it and it cannot work. and then you can actually close. And I think that's what they're talking about. Like they're just going to be completely done with operating these, and they're going to dump. It's only 20 million square feet of commercial property that they're just going to dump into the market. So that's going to be good for everybody.
Yeah, only that's not a lot at all. It's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I've got that in my pocket. No big deal. But yeah. All right. Look, real quick. Who's voting for Fernando versus Shotgun? Puke, who you got?
Shotgun, bro.
All right, fuck you too. Grim, who you got?
I'm not voting.
All right, well, fuck you then. Moab, who you got?
Before I talk about votings, WeWork, I think, changed CEO. So that's why now they only filed for bankrupt. But I mean, Chapter 11 is just like rich person bankrupt, from what I understand. I'm no lawyer though. I'm not a lawyer like Watch. But yeah, voting. Probably like the bozo, right? Bozo, Mr. Shotgun Shotty right here. Yeah.
Yeah, Fernando's definitely losing. It's over. I just asked 3 people in a row. It's over.
I'm just saying, if you hadn't been mean to Gigi on that first space, you would have had a shot. I'm just saying. You can't
I am
come against...
so confused. All I said, hey, Rose, didn't you say Gigi meant something that one time? And you were like, how dare you? And I was just like, what just happened? What just happened?
Okay,
and then someone
all,
reminded me what it actually meant. And I was like, oh yeah, I could see why Rose thinks that. Yeah. It's too X-rated for this.
You've never had your name made fun of when you were a kid. That hits a sore spot for Gigi. Okay, you know you can't just bring that up. It like sets her off. You know.
Wait, do we know what's Sansa's real name in real life?
No, but I will say this. It has gotten me out of the airport line for a search checkpoint.
It's Alf.
They saw my name, they saw my beard, and they saw my hair, and they're like, "Sir, you come with me."
Random security check. Security.
Random. Yeah. Meanwhile, there's 5 Karens in front of me with Starbucks, and probably the one that's got some real shit in their shoes. Anyway, look, we're not here to talk politics or anything that serious. We don't get that serious here. But anyway, Shotgun, I sincerely hope you win. If Fernando wins, I'm gonna be very, very confused because if we're being honest, I got no juice for this competition.
I agree, bro. Like since the beginning, you already accepted your loss. So honestly, I don't even know.
Bro, all I cared about was not having that knocked out of first round energy. So now, if anyone tries to insult me and I know they got knocked out in the first round, all I could just say, yeah, sounds like some knocked out of first round energy there, King. But anyway, look, let's move this on a little bit. I just want to bring this back a little bit to what was saying. Celsius, I lost 0.15 BTC with them. So shout out to Celsius. We really do appreciate you for teaching me a very expensive lesson. And then WeWork, you know, I love how Rose was like, didn't they go bankrupt already? There's a whole documentary on this, Rose. There's a whole documentary on this and a show, I think now. They've got so many. WeWork gave so much material to Hulu that Hulu was just like, we're gonna juice this. We're gonna juice the fuck out of it.
Actually, the show is on Apple TV and it stars Jared Leto and the girl from Princess Diaries, whose name escapes me right now, and it's really good. You should go watch it.
Oh my god!
Are you talking about Anne Hathaway? How can you forget?
That one, Anne Hathaway. There we go.
How can you forget one of the queens of the movie?
Because I've had 3 sips of coffee so far this morning. Okay, you do this you do this show before my brain is awake. You're lucky I need that.
That's right. That is right. And in a second, whoever is on stream right now will be transitioning over to the Espresso Shot house account where we'll be saying unmuted and then just coming off mute on our respective stream. So Puke and Mauve, Miguel, whatever, same shit. I sent you the stream link if you guys want to hop on as well. But yeah, so if you're like, where's the Espresso Shot house account? You probably aren't following it. It's at the bottom of the speaker panel. Just go down there and follow it. And it's spamming the hearts and 100 somehow. I'm not gonna pretend that I know how. So give that a follow, please. I'm gonna be transitioning over at some point. Shaka, go ahead, my man. What you got?
Now, first of all, Sansa, do you have a Bozo report today?
No. I used to, but
no.
it's just DGAS, number go up or down. Oh no, the market's crashing, and then you got Waj yesterday. He was like, "Ooh, the commercial real estate is finally gonna go out of business." He's about to get a bunch of clients because he knows they're all gonna go to him. So it's just like there's a lot of stuff going on, but for the most part, I will bring it back to what I did mention yesterday. It's less of a Bozo report, but more of a Bozo reminder, right? We got the smart contract protocols, ERC 4337, ERC 6551, which just honestly sounds like boring garage codes that no one asked for. But really excited about the kind of like the way they're being utilized. I think ERC 4337 is being utilized by Visa in order for you to put gas fees on your credit card. So good fucking luck to you degenerates that just can't seem to stop buying NFTs. Good luck to you. But anyway, and then we got PayPal coming out with their own currency. Although there were some updates recently that I forgot to read, so that is on me. And then one of the things that I brought up yesterday was why aren't more people talking about smart contract protocols, right? These are new things. Obviously, Chill Pill, honorary shout out to Chill Pill for ERC 721H, which utilizes, Chill, correct me if I'm wrong, it utilizes ERC 6557, right? Or 6551. Oh my God, I don't know anymore.
6551.
Thank you.
But also another thing. So yeah, I'm not a dev either, but yeah, utilizes ERC 6551 and another ERC. There are so many fucking ERCs, right, son?
Yeah, bro, I'm tired of it. Why can't we just give them sexy, funny names? You know, like ERC.
Like they do to like hurricanes and shit. Like we give them like names.
Oh, that would be amazing. It would be like ERC
Robert.
The Sansa token. It's not a shit coin. It's a new token standard. It makes you thick. It makes your NFTs grow thick and like it's healthy. New token standard.
There you go. The Orange Bean Protocol. What about that? The Orange Bean Protocol. That's pretty fucking memorable. All of us think about how much more exciting it would be to say, yeah, and today we're going to be sitting here talking about the Orange Bean Protocol. Let's go. Every single one of us would be excited. Today we're here to talk about 6551.
The stick figure consensus, guys, is going to go live tomorrow. It's going to change the game.
Dude, I'm so tired of these numbers. Like, can we just give them names? But anyway, that was just a little bit of my shit yesterday. But let me pass it over real quick, Shaq. I don't want to pass it over to Puke, Grim, and Mauve here. Why do you guys think we don't talk about these new breakthroughs enough?
First off, what kind of new breakthrough are you talking about, bro? Because from the way I see it right now at the space, there's no new breakthrough. It's only, project launching a collection and then, people flooding it, just waiting for the next shit to flood, right? So I do not know, bro. I'm going to pass it over to Maeve. But right now, just now I throw up one question during the whole Paji chat, right? It's like, one word that you can describe the market. And I would say I'm just waiting because honestly, I do not know what to do. So I'm just going to, host Twitter Spaces, not mint any shit. If it's free mint, I'm probably going to mint it. That's it, because we do not know what is about to happen. So Maeve, what about you, bro?
Oh, Puke, you caught me a bit off guard, man. Was it like you want a one-word thing, or you want to know my take on like the current market outlook? Which is it, man? I gotta be more
Yes.
precise right there.
The answer is yes, Mauve.
Yes, one word. The market is yes. That's what I know right now.
What do you even mean by that? Sansa, please ask him the question, bro. Like, you have to repeat one more time just for me.
Yeah. No. My question was, what's your take on why aren't we talking about the smart contract protocols more? And then, and Puke's question was, how would you describe the market in one word?
Okay. So for me at least, I think smart contracts are like are they infrastructures? Yes, they are part of the blockchain infrastructure, and they're super important, right? I obviously don't know jack shit. I keep up with I think Saiga and Quid's threads as best as I can. But well, obviously, if you guys give me the updates, that's even better because I suck at it horribly. I'm pretty much a bozo when it comes to smart contracts. I do my best, but best is all I have. And if it's not enough, then too bad, guys. Fuck it. That's all I can do. But that being said, well, one word that I did say yesterday was I think Grim said it really, really well. I'm just gonna steal whatever he said. I think it was adaptation or being patient or one or the other. I probably butchered it like another 10,000 times, but doesn't matter. Oh yeah, thumbs down. Sure, no problem. I'll take the thumbs down. Sure, I'm pretty honest with myself anyway. So. Shotgun.
Guys, the romantic tension between you two is just unpalpable. It's just crazy. Just kiss already. Just kiss already. We all know that solves everything. My wife was like, just divorce Shotgun. It's just better this way. He's 10 years younger. You won't be able to keep up in another 5 years. And I was like, look, honey, I can do it. I can stick it out. Okay. But no, wait, hold on real quick before I throw it over to Shotgun. What I do want to say is, and I'll for me, 6551, the best thing, sorry, I just dropped my pen. The best way I could describe how it could be really utilized is think about all the Zuki commission culture, right? I know you fuckers know, right? Which is that everyone and their mother, like, let's get a commission done. Imagine if you wanted to sell your Zuki, that you could sell, and well, obviously you have to mint it first. Mint your commission, sell it with your Zuki NFT. And so the way the 6551 works is that it makes your NFT a wallet that you can then sell off to someone else. And so if I, for some
So I'll
reason,
break
want
it
to
down
sell,
for you guys. Let me break it down like in DJ.
here we go.
Sansa got over leveraged on commissions. Okay, he dropped like 10 ETH on this shit, and now he's just trying to find a way to like use people as extra liquidity with his commission addiction. So with that being said, he's trying to put like 5-10 extra ETH worth of commissions along with his floor Azuki, just so it like get some perceived value.
It's not a floor. I have a sword. Put some respect
Sansa,
on my sword.
Imagine if you
Wait, that
bought a
sounds wrong.
Kigu, and it came with all of these commissions, and like when you bought it, all of this stuff came over in one big bundle, and then because you were so stoked about that purchase, then you realized that all the commissions weren't coming with it, and you rugged yourself. But that wouldn't happen if it was all with 6551.
No, that would never happen. That would never happen in any situation, even in the past or now. But anyway, look, I'm gonna start transitioning over to the Espresso Shot House account. What I want to do here, it's a quick segue, is I want to pass this off to Dem and/or Rose. Can you guys give us an update on the Bobu Policy proposal? When we were talking about it last, it was just the first couple hours. Well, not first couple, but first like 12 hours. And you guys had met the quorum pretty fucking fast. So why don't you give us the update on how that's going at the moment for everyone that's not familiar with it?
Absolutely. So Bobu is Azuki number 40. He's one of the main characters in the story, and very early on in Azuki's life, we decided to fractionalize him and get a lot of tokens in the hands of our community. So what we raised around $1 million, which is now, because ETH went down, $700,000, and we put it into a treasury that the community can vote on to expand Bobu's brand and to build up on the IP. So you could buy right now some of those Bobu tokens, and you would be part of the governance experiment, and you would get a say on how all of that money is being spent. And a very exciting thing that we did early on is we told the community, hey, do you want to make a bucket hat for Bobu, which we ended up making because that won, or you want to make a plushie?
Yo, what's up? I heard my name.
Of course, people being how they are, it turned into a huge...
Hey, when I turned down this, do you guys still hear me exactly the same, but I just turned him down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think the best way to do this is, because I'm reading the caption, but I think the best way to do this is the account stays unmuted and we all stay muted, and then just come off mute if you have something to chime in on. But like let's try not to like talk over each other. Obviously, just whoever is going. Like, obviously, if Rose goes, all of us shuts the fuck up. Like that's just number one. So, but yeah, I just wanted to put that out. I think that's the best way to handle this. Cool.
Word.
Cool.
The vote went through. We had like really record-breaking participation. I've always been a bucket hat maxi, so I was a little bit salty that the plushies came back. But you know, that's democracy. Sometimes people get away with the wrong decisions because you give them a right to vote. Rose, what do you think about the plushie?
Man, I can't believe that I work for you with that opinion. Like, and I hired you as my lawyer this morning. I'm making all kinds of bad calls.
I am not a lawyer. I'm the person that most often says I'm not a lawyer. So it's weird that you hired me as a lawyer.
I think that the plushie proposal was really exciting, especially since I myself am a plushie maxi and I voted for plushies the first time and I hard voted for plushies this time.
Yeah.
I've seen the not the prototype in person, but I've seen like the photos of the prototype that they've made.
Can you guys hear me like through
it's
stream?
really great. They put a lot of thought into
if
it.
you talk on stream,
I know that creator DAO
I'm
and
gonna
Fish
unmute in
has
a
been like long, deeply seated into the community. So it's really cool that this is coming out from the community itself. And was really, really excited to find out that we smashed quorum in the fastest time that we've ever smashed quorum ever on a Bobu vote, and then had like huge amounts of participation. So all of that was like super bullish and exciting for me. And I'm really, really, really excited for my room full of Bobu plushies when they become available. So
I am taking note of everyone that voted for the bucket hat and is now switching it up and voting yes for the plushie. Like I'm writing down those addresses and, you know, put it into a special list of people that switched it up. So yeah.
I got a badge. I got a badge and I was like, oh, yay.
Why can't we have both?
Because that's not how it works, you know. You gotta pick a side. You gotta pick a side. I mean, you guys are getting both, so I guess the answer is why can't we have both? Well, you can, but you shouldn't. What I'm saying is that you shouldn't. You know.
That's
so is
like
this
asking, you know, why can't you have both Fernando and Shotgun win the?
No, but there is a clear answer for that. Fernando just doesn't have enough drip. He doesn't even have a full mouth of teeth. So you know, I have a clear answer right here, and you guys are just saying like, oh, you guys have to go against each other. I want to chill with my Bobo bucket hat and have my plushie in my room. What's wrong with that?
You guys should see Sansa looking like he has no voice. Rose, you can transition over to the stream audio. Shotgun, maybe for the first time in your life, you can join us here on the stream and do that. Jungle Bozo. Otherwise, Sansa, how's your volume? How you feeling?
I don't know. Am I good now?
You're good.
Okay. What was happening before?
You were like, hey guys, pay attention to me.
Yeah, no.
Nobody could hear you.
Fuck that! We're all... No, I'm just kidding.
that sounds like a dream. Can we
you know what, Dem? You know what, Dem? It was a nightmare at NFT NYC. I lost my voice on the third night. And
I remember that.
Oh my God, dude.
Oh, it was so funny because I ran into him after he had lost his voice. And that was the same night that he didn't know who I was either. And it was a glorious evening of just making so much fun of Sansa.
My favorite was Rose saying, oh, well, why shouldn't you should know who I am? And I'm like, I've never seen
did not. No. That wasn't me.
I'm joking.
That was not me. That was another person who was with me who was like, how dare you not know? And I was like, no, it's cool. Not everybody knows what I look like. You know, and then I still made fun of you though. It was fun.
Yeah, well, that's why we can't have nice things sometimes. but
guys, but the question is this. Oh, go ahead, Dan.
I think one of the exciting things though about the Yuzuki community is that, you know, as a community we've been through a lot of downturns and to a lot of like comeback stories, and I think as a community there's a ton of resilience. We obviously lost a few OGs in this latest drop, and you know there's been a lot of doubts on the team and a loss of trust that we're working on, and a lot of products that we have to work on delivering. But at the same time, it's amazing to see the community come together for things that they might feel silly if you're like, when the price go up, when the moon, when the Lambo. But I think you might be missing part of the picture if you don't understand how powerful it is that a group of people can come together and say, hey, we're going to have some fun while the next things are built up. We're going to have some, some joy. We're going to enjoy these cultural moments. and we're going to continue developing the story of Azuki together as a community. And so when you see something like a record-breaking number of applications for Azuki Love Island, like way over 200, which is way more than during the bull market. When you see quorum for the Bobu token being broken in 24 hours in terms of votes, which has never happened before. When you look at those things, you really are looking at a community that's very resilient and willing to bounce back despite the adversity. So, it's a lot of fun, but it's, if you're looking and you're reading in between the lines, it also shows a lot of commitment and a lot of participation from Azuki, which has been, one of the main pillars of why we're able to bring this brand back to where it was after we have a downturn in terms of sentiment and market perception. So it's exciting as well as fun to see something like this.
Dem, to echo a bit on what you just said, could you share with everybody here that how does Azuki handle the community and your plans on, further increasing resilience? Do we increase resilience? Never actually thought about it, but yeah, you get what I mean, hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, it requires focus and resources, and it requires targeted action. So Rose has been working really hard on the Garden Caretaker Group. That's our top builders, the people that are really creating brands, that are people that are creating different products and content around their IP. And I've been doubling down on what we can do with the Bobu Treasury. And A's, Rise Riddler, has been working on Azuki Love Island 3 with Skylark and a few other people from the community, especially Etherflow, who's been leading it. You need to focus back on your top builders. You need to focus back on your top supporters and say, what do you need to stick around? Because it is those folks that create a positive flywheel. It is those folks that, like Zoo, who invests all his money into commissions, or like Zanza that invests all of his money into commissions. That is marketing for the brand. And we need to support them as creators. We need to support the artists that they support. And so when I look at what the road looks like in the future for Azuki, it's just person by person, builder by builder, creator by creator. That's why I'm doing 24 101 calls a week, man. There's no shortcuts, there's no silver bullets, but we have a very strong core of community members. And if we continue to support them and uplift them, I think we can build a very resilient network. And that's the difference between a centralized and a decentralized brand. When you look into the future about why did this decentralized brand build a lot more exciting things than this centralized brand? It is because the responsibility for the brand building exercise was fairly distributed, where the Chiru Labs team is the main driver of Azuki and Beans and Elemental's brand recognition, but where the rest of the community is supported, encouraged, and given the resources that they need to brand build as well. If we can just nail that, we have a very exciting future ahead. But, it's experimental. Your expectations should be low. It's a really tough macro environment. And I think we just need to take it one day at a time.
Before throwing it to Shotgun, I know we've been talking about Love Island 3. Could you give a quick TLDR on
Fernando? Oh, sorry. Go back. Go ahead. Go ahead, Miguel.
I think Maeve, it was right around this time last year where the community was really trying to recover from some really negative sentiment around Sagabon's previous projects and how those were handled, that a group of really committed community members decided to have some fun. They started fighting about whose Azuki looked better. It was Bamidi and Ashchild, and they both started fighting. And then because the fight was so much fun, Etherflow and Skylark decided to build Azuki Love Island Season 1. They were Skylark at that point was still a community member. He's now a dev for us. And so they just created this kind of wacky tournament where we all fought against each other and got really aggressive on the timeline to win the top. And we loved it so much that we made it part of Hilumia. And it became part of our official lore. Azuki Love Island is in Hilumia, and Hilumia is in the garden, and so it's going to appear in everything that we build going forward. And it's that combination of something really organic that comes from the community, but that you then double down and reinforce and give more resources and love to. Those are the true organic moments that really connect people. So when you go back to August last year and you ask a lot of these folks that are now considered to be at the center of the community, you're like, hey, why did you join? And they were like, I was just having so much fun during Azuki Love Island. So to create the same thing for Beans, I mean, it's just sort of a great moment to do it. And so now you have a lot of Beans collectors that are maybe holding on after some market downturns, but they're like, hey, I'm having fun again. I'm really enjoying this whole thing, and I'm really getting to know people one-on-one and build that resilience, because it's dumb to think of a community as like 3,000 people. It's impossible to really create connections between 3,000 people. You got to think about it as a number of sub-communities and subgroups, and Dunbar's number. There's a bunch of really good science around it. But the reality is that like you need to create smaller groups and let those groups connect. So Azuki Love Island Season 3 is a great opportunity to do that. And it's, once again, a community-run product. But go look at that website, man. That website is crazy good. There's like an AI agent that talks to you. There's like, I mean, it's still done with a lot of quality. So I love it.
Yeah, it's also by no surprise the sussiest season thus far, according to what I'm hearing in the Azuki Love Island chat. So, I mean, some of y'all are going crazy, and that's why Fernando's trying to concede sooner than later.
I was really afraid because, you know, at the same time Island started, Wizwen, who's the head of growth, was in Korea talking to our partner IPX, the creator of Line Friends, who is our, you know, IP development partner for Beans. And I was like, can you maybe tell them not to look at every single tweet post that comes out from Azuki Love Island? Because I'm sure there's a bean with a blunt stuck up its asshole. And she was like, no, this is great. Like user-generated content. Like they love this. They love this. They're so excited. And I'm like, all right. Just, you know, just check before you show them the 200 tweets to check for a couple of them. And yeah, so yeah, like Liz is now coming back from Korea. I need to check in with her. I was like, did they see the good stuff? Did they see any of the bad stuff? It was really good timing for Twitter to be full of beans, even though some of them were sticking stuff up their butt.
I woke up yesterday morning to check on the progress of Azuki Love Island, and I logged into Twitter, and that was the first post that I saw, followed by 3 other extremely sussy posts. And when I tell you that I was the personification of the gif from Simpsons where Grandpa walks into the room, puts his hat up, and then takes his hat, walks in a circle, takes his hat, and walks back out. That was me yesterday morning. I was like, nope, haven't had nearly enough coffee to process what I'm seeing. I'm gonna come back in 15 minutes after I have slammed my first cup.
Well, one of my favorite stories that Steamboy always tells about like Overwatch and the characters that he created for Overwatch. Who, you know, he's a very kind of humble guy and shy, but he says like, well, you know, when I first saw that, I heard from other people that Diva, one of the characters of Overwatch, was in Cornhub, which I think it's a website where you can watch corn. I've never heard of it, but he's like, when I saw that Diva was on Cornhub, I was like, we've made it. We've created a character that's really going to last long. So yeah, if you're worried about sussy content being bad for IP brand, you know, maybe it's just because we haven't made it to Cornhub. I don't know what Cornhub is.
Well, I just Googled it, and it's apparently people doing content with corn. So, damn.
All right. Well, all we gotta do is make make Bean Hub.
Really corn, guys. Is really corn. I thought it's gonna be something else, but people frying corn. Okay.
My man was a little nervous typing it in the first place. Like, wait a minute, am I about to get drained? No, but real quick, Shaka, and I know you've been waiting for a while. That is probably most likely my bad. Shaka, go ahead.
No, man, it's all good. I actually wanted to hear from them himself, but I just want to actually reinforce, because you guys were talking a lot about like price action, and I don't feel like you guys are talking enough about like the amount of things that are going on community wise. And what I mean by that is every day when I log in and I see like all the Beans chats, I just see a fuck ton of memes and people roasting each other and having a fucking great time. And I see a lot of people in this chat saying, dude, I haven't had this much fun in the Web3 space for so long. So I just wanted to actually like highlight the fact that even though, prices are down, whatever, if you're here and you're trying to create something, I'm not talking if you're a trader. Yeah, if you're a trader, you're at a loss. It sucks. I understand. But like if you're out here, you're still showing up every day to Twitter, I genuinely believe that maybe you want something more. Like you don't want to just buy and sell. You didn't even need it to be here if you just wanted to be buying and selling these assets. But like, if you really are here and you want to create something, there is no better time than now, because the barrier to reach the people that you look up to never been that low. So like, no matter who it is, whether it's a content creator, whether it's somebody that works for a project, like I genuinely encourage you guys, like try to reach out to these people and try to connect, because here you have the most thick and mad for in Web3 Sansa, bro. This guy, yes, he gonna ghost you for like a week or two in the DM.
Yo, wow.
You know, oh my god! If you guys are on stream right now, you probably are seeing like one of the top Sansa memes in the space. If you're not in the stream, I highly recommend you do so. But
bro, you know what pisses me off?
Sansa, you should have entered this as your bean instead of Fernando. You'd be winning. I'm just saying.
There's that picture that Chris keeps showing off was after like 6 hours of spaces into a team meeting, and I was just like, I'm fucking tired, bro. And
bro, you're debating your whole existence, looking at like the horizon.
Look, well, I also want to remind everyone, speaking of that fucking picture, we're on stream and the link is above us on the Jumbotron right now. Just go ahead, click on that. Watch the Grizzly Bear live on video. I don't know why I read that out loud as I saw it. But go ahead and click on that if you want to check out the stream, be a little bit involved. You can comment on it. Chris will literally take your comment and put it on the stream for everyone to see. So don't be shy. Come on through. Come check it out. Right now the comment is, I'm Sansa, look at me, I'm a bozo by my own account. That's fucking great. Lisa with the fucking 2 clown faces. I know who that is, but I don't know if they're docs. And then there's fucking checking. Anyway, look, we need more people other than people that are on the team or in the Special Shock GC. Let's get in there. Let's talk about it. Let's shit on the, on ourselves, I guess. Anyway, look, I do want to get to the garden caretakers. Some people may not know I have started I call it mega spaces, but really it's just because there's spaces that are going to be happening once a month. I've started the first one. It was a kind of a free for all because I want to kind of showcase a little bit of how many fucking garden caretakers there are and exactly how much people are actually doing and in the different ways that they're applying their potential IP. But before we even get into all that, I do want to cover a little bit on what garden caretakers even are. But damn, you've had your hand up before I even go there. You had your hand up before this. So I want to throw it over to you real quick and before we do the segue.
Of course. Look, we are aware of floor price and we recognize that a lot of people are into NFTs because they want the value of their collectibles to increase. And we created a decentralized brand because we wanted to win with the community. Like, we believe in the potential of NFTs. And when we mean we want to win with the community, I'll say it clearly. We want the price of your digital collectibles to go up so that you win and you keep them and they're very valuable, or you sell them, right? If we just wanted to create anime, or if we just wanted to do like AI stuff, Steamboy could have gotten a Netflix deal and just created an anime based on his success at Overwatch. And we got a lot of tech founders or ex tech founders. We could have just raised some money and created some AI stuff or whatever. We really want people that are collecting Azuki beans and elementals to look at in the future and be like, hey, this is now a very valuable collectible. And the reality of it is that we have a lot of tools to, in the midterm and in the long term, generate that value. And some of them, they look funny and they look silly. And you got to realize that it's an attention economy, and it is all about creating stories for your characters and creating emotional attachment. So when you look at these things like garden caretakers, when you look at these things like Azuki Love Island, and you're like, how does this translate into the floor price of my NFT? You're asking a really good question, but you're probably looking too short term. I think you got to look a little bit more long term and realize that in NFTs, high cohesion between all community members, a lot of really deep connections between all community members does lead and translate into higher floor price, because there's more resilience, because there's more reasons to hold beyond where's the number at, and because it's just more fucking fun. Like, I think truly, honestly, people didn't just buy NFTs because they think the price would go up. It's because it also gave them ownership. And with ownership came an invitation to participate, to be part of something, to be part of the brand building process, to be able to criticize teams when they fail, to do all of these things that you guys really do enjoy about the space. So, for anybody that's like looking skeptically at something like Azuki Love Island or something like the Bobu Treasury or something like the Bobu Bucket Hat, I recognize that you might be right in the short term, but I challenge you to think about the mid and long term and realize the power of connecting a bunch of people and are assigning them like a purpose and giving them something to do and something to engage with and some content to create, and just how that sort of cascades into value in the future. But yeah, Azuki bad and
Azuki bad. Number go down. Why want more? LFG Wagami. Yeah. Commissions very much.
Sonda.
Yeah, I know.
Do you need me? Do you need me to call you an ambulance? Are you having a stroke? Are you okay?
I know. I went a little overboard there, but really quick. I'm shocked that the Bobu treasury is not more well known outside the community, right? And or more so, like that is not like a little like I'm full disclosure, and this is more so because I personally want to make it more of a public knowledge thing. But I've been sweeping Bobus because I want more people to submit proposals. I want to have more power over Dem and Rose, and I want to let them know that I will not be bought by the team no matter what. Okay, this 60, but wait, 60 or 50, 5260 Bobu holder will not be swayed. Good people. I will vote for the people, by the people. Vote for Sansa. But anyway, no, I'm just kidding. But no, in all seriousness, I'm genuinely shocked that there's not like it's I feel like people are like, oh, what are they doing? And I'm like, oh, do you not know about the Bobu fucking treasury? Do you not understand what they're doing with that? Do you not understand what they're able to fund doing that as long as you submit a fucking, a good proposal that makes sense for the brand? I mean, I know we kind of talked about this a lot, Rose and Dem. Rose, you're off mute. I want to give you a chance here to comment on this because what are your thoughts on this? Do you feel the same? I might be coming off as a little frustrated, but do you feel that same like a little bit about that? I don't know what the question is there, but go ahead.
I don't know what the question is there either. Can you
The question is, I'll say it like this. The question is, do you feel the same amount of frustration a little bit that is not more put out there about the Bobu treasury being able to make moves like that, and people are just kind of ignoring it, I guess. And when I say people, I'm talking about people both inside and outside the garden.
I think these things begin as centralized exercises, so it's up to us as a team to do inspiring shit that gets people excited about it. So if anything, I think we got to double down and do more dope shit and get more people inspired. But yeah, I mean, I think Bo is a lot of fun because I'm a nerd for governance. Like, I love people voting on stuff and the proposals and all that going back and forth. But I know that's not for everyone. So, one day at a time, Sansa. One day at a time. That's my philosophy.
My lawyer took the words right out of my mouth, which was I was gonna say, it takes time for these things to build, right? And I know it feels like we've had like a lot of proposals out, but when you look at the voting site, there's only, I think we're up to like number 6 now, maybe. And not all of them have passed yet either. So we're still like, I don't know, maybe I'm still thinking about this in a very Web 2 way, but it takes time to build businesses, right? It takes time to build brands. It takes time to build recognition and other things like that. And so I don't think I would say that I'm not frustrated that more people don't know about it, because we're still building within our own community, right? And it's like Dem said, it's up to us to like make it exciting, and we're constantly tweaking things as well as we go along, right? So we just introduced the shuttered vote for this proposal, which I don't want to toot my own horn or anything, but I have a feeling that that's probably what made the vote counts be super high this time around, because people were asking for that, right? And so we turned it on. We were like, yeah, we're going to do this for you guys. And then suddenly people aren't afraid or shy to vote, right? So, I mean, it could be also the plushies. The plushies are really freaking awesome, right?
Yeah,
but I think that the shuttered vote also helps. And so as we go along and find things like that to make the program itself better, it's inevitably going to gain more recognition and more popularity as we continue to build upon it. So I'm not stressed about it. I love it, and I love seeing all the proposals come through from everybody. So.
Yeah, Rose, I'll even admit that I was, even though I knew my vote personally, like going in, I caught myself starting to look at what did they vote? What did this person vote? What did that person vote? It's like shit, they shuttered it. Okay, good. But no, I think ultimately it's better that you guys did that, because then you just really forcing people to think for themselves a little bit. I mean, which is way much more than we could say. You say, oh, this might be too Web 2 to think of, but that's the way we have to think about it, because there's too many projects thinking about the projects that are actually businesses as just projects. And there are some projects out there who don't think about themselves as a company, and they should, because ultimately when you bring in that much revenue or money or whatever, you have to be a business, especially you plan to last long. So that's why True Labs is fucking, a real company. Hey, who knew? But look, that's a joke, obviously, the who knew part. But Shotgun, go ahead. Well, hold on, Shotgun. Puke said go fuck yourself. Puke, go ahead.
No, because with all the conversation going on, and honestly, I have one question, right? I hold Azuki for one of the longest time in terms of my collection of NFT, and I see Azuki, the engagement and stuff like that. The people really live on Twitter, right? In terms of community engagement and stuff like that. But and then suddenly with I feel like after the whole FUD, the engagement is a little bit dropped, and with this whole Azuki Love Island, instantly I get like pings, people tag me asking me to vote and stuff like that, and I think like, hey, I think this is a very good opportunity or kind of like an initiative that has happened, which make people say, what, I want to do more content, I want to create more content on the Twitter timeline. So what do you guys think in terms of an Azuki holder? Do you guys think that the holder itself, they prefer this kind of initiative, which is like community activity rather than utility stuff?
No, I think it's a combination. I think the reality is that a lot of the OGs are also participating in Azuki Love Island, and I think in terms of morale, that's very important. To see people like Ashchild, to see people like Bamidi and Etherflow still participating, and Zoo, and still participating in these kinds of things. I think it's sort of it's good for morale, but I think we don't see this as a replacement for the actual things that we have to deliver as a team. We see it as part of a whole. I mean, we see it as part of the trust that is given to us as a team, but we also see it as kind of the power for what the brand can do in itself. I would be not a very good person at my job if I just told you like, yeah, that's it, that's all you get from Azuki. But it is the fact that we as a community can rally around things like this, which allows us as a team to take a step back, really think strategically, think about what collectors need, and get a little bit more time instead of rushing after the next thing and rushing after the next thing. So it's all part of a system that works quite well, but it can't just be viewed in isolation and be like, okay, that's it, that's what Azuki does. I think it's all part of a system.
Yeah, and so just now you talked a little bit in terms of doubling down in community effort. Can you tell me more, since I'm in Asia, right? And I know for a fact that I think Azuki Korea or Azuki Singapore, they're doing tons of stuff. Are you guys going there? Any chance?
Yeah, the Azuki Singapore event in September 17th is going to have Zaga there and Liz as well. And I think in general, when you look at the focus and the resources of my team, they're really going towards sub-communities, local communities, and builders. That's where all my budget is going forward. That is where all of my team's time is going forward. And so when you look at all the great communities and that we have in different APAC countries, going and collaborating a little bit more deeper into the things that they do and making sure that the team gets out there often is going to be huge in terms of this comeback, because we all see Twitter, but we don't see WeChat, we don't see Kakao Talk, we don't see all of these other groups where the Azuki community gathers and how powerful they are. I think it's September 12th. I think I said the time wrong. It's either September 12th or September 17th. Go to the Azuki Singapore Twitter page and you'll know the actual date. And yeah, I think that's what I mean by doubling down. I think those are the people that we can't lose, right? Like if we don't properly support those core community groups, I think that's when we lose community cohesion. But I feel really confident in the roadmap for that, because we've always been about community first and supporting communities and local communities. So it's not, you don't need to be a brain surgeon. I'm leading this work. You just need to work really hard. You just need to put a bunch of hours into it. And I think we have a team that's very hardworking and can put in those hours.
Yeah, and I think we earlier on we touched a little bit about Hilumia, right? And I think it's in terms of like how you guys place the whole Hilumia versus adding more communities inside it, giving sub community like whatever they are building, the actual team, kind of like say, okay, this is something that we want to add on it. Do you guys have kind of like a rule set, on what kind of projects you want to onboard in, or is it like free for all to build and then adding inside the Hilumia world map?
Yeah, Hilumia is just one of our multiple lore drops, and it's how we build our world. I think with Hilumia, we really wanted to write a love letter to everything that the community had done up to that point. And so our initial purpose with launching the product was to say, hey, all of these things that you've done, we see them and we're going to put them and they're going to be part of our world forever. And then after we launched Hilumia, we've been really thinking about how that evolves. Like, we also created the Azuki's Last community page. And so that's where we house the sub communities. We need to understand what are the best ways in which we can highlight our builders. And they're not all going to be through Hilumia. Hilumia, I think, is just very specific to a time in the past. But I think in the future, you will continue to see ways in which we can put all these great efforts into our website, into our onboarding process so that new people learn about them, into a lot of the things that we do. I mean, Azuki is always about taking some of what the community is doing it and putting it into our world. So even when you look at the Elementals trailer, it has a lot of like winks and Easter eggs to community built memes, community built groups and things like that. So to us, that's not just like smart marketing. Like, that feels special, it feels like we're building something with more people, and we'll continue to look for opportunities to do things like that.
All right, look, real quick. Speaking of smart people, well, usually I would just refer to myself, so I'll just do someone a little bit less smarter than me. Shotgun, I want to welcome you as a new garden caretaker. Welcome to the garden, my friend. I know you're very new.
Woo!
Shotgun has been instrumental in helping getting the beans spaces going. He's been doing them every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. EST. And so obviously he is a really, 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 really fucking big part of a special shot and also what we are building. So it just made sense. And so real quick, I want to throw it over to Shotgun. Shotgun, what's your experience been like so far as a garden caretaker?
Oh, dude, I'm like that Lil Uzi meme, when he said like, I don't know, I just got here. So yeah, I'm kind of in that phase. Like, I just got to the chat, everybody's welcoming me, so I'm pumped. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I see a bunch of people doing amazing things, like business wise, and I'm like, bro, why the fuck am I even here? But anyways, by the way, shameless chill. I just pinned up above the link for tomorrow's Bean Spa, baby. Actually, I was just hosting like these bean spaces every like Beans Day, so I just decided to name it the Bean Spot because we beans and we chill inside the pod. So that's pretty much the tea. Commissions coming, all that good stuff. But the reason why I raised my hand actually is because, I see a lot of people right now in the space, they're talking about like how can projects support their holders business wise, and like especially with the recent like DGOTS fund, I was closely watching it, and I saw a lot of people saying like, oh, what's the value props for DGOTS? And like Frank, I know that he's really big on like, okay, we're gonna elevate you like socially on Twitter. We're gonna have people like you're already going to have a support base. So then I know that you have like we have the whole like Bobu system in Azuki where people can drop their proposals. So like from your point of view, how is it that a team can support their community members business-wise to the maximum of their ability?
And Frank is really smart, and he's really good for looking at the content creators and the builders in his community and looking for ways to platform them. And I think, when you see somebody doing something smart and then you realize that you're doing something similar, you're like, okay, cool, maybe I'm smart. There's a lot of ways to support like brand builders, business owners, business creators, and content creators. And it's actually a lot of the work that Rose is doing. So I'm gonna pop it over to Rose, and she can talk to you about some of the stuff that we already got in the works and how we're thinking about this.
Woo woo! Thanks for that segue. So Shotgun, first and foremost, I can tell you exactly why you are a garden caretaker, and it is because of the link that you just posted above. Garden caretakers are not only just people who are building businesses with their Azuki beans or elemental IPs, but people who are helping to spread the good word of Azuki, right? And so you do a weekly beans spaces. Do we call them X spaces now? I guess that's what we're calling them. And that helps for the morale of the community. It helps to educate new people. It helps to make new beans holders feel welcome. Like, that's good work that you're doing for the beans brand, and we want to recognize that by inviting you to be the garden caretaker that you are. It doesn't matter to us that you are, making a profit or not on whatever it is that you're building. Everybody builds in different ways, and that's still just as valuable. So don't gaslight yourself. You belong in there. And we're happy to have you. As far as what we're doing with garden caretakers, though, there's a lot of things that we are currently working on bringing to the program. There's some things that exist already. We do bi-weekly meetings with all the garden caretakers, with myself and Dem, where we talk about how we can better support the garden caretakers, what resources they might need to continue building on what they're building on, how they can help support the brand. And it's just like a really good workshopping kind of conversation. Sometimes people will jump in and help each other as well. Somebody will be like, hey man, I need a logo for this thing that I'm building, but I have no idea where to start. And then you have 3 people raise their hands and they're like, oh, I can help you with that. It's a really good, I think incubation is a word that Dem has used before. We have this group of really talented, excited builders, whether they're content creators like Chris, hosts like Sansa and Shotgun and Ice. We've got people like Blackstar who have their I call them our educators who have their he has his newsletter. Nader, who not only has Bobu Card Shop but also releases really beefy document on all things Web3 for people who are new. We've got designers like Zukit, Levi, Yuka are artists. I could go on and on and on. What was that? Yudo. Yeah. Yudo is one of our newer ones that are building some cool products. There's just a whole gamut of people who are doing some great stuff, and they use each other as resources, and then can utilize us as a resource as well. Some of the things, this is a little bit of alpha for you guys, but I'm currently working on an onboarding wiki page that will be released soon, where not only will people who are new to the garden in general be able to see a lot of the questions that they have answered in one place, but there's a dedicated page for the garden caretakers specifically, where all of their projects and businesses are going to be linked there. So people who want to find out more about who are the garden caretakers, what are they building, how do I get this cool coaster that Sansa has on stream and was flashing in the faces, where did he get that, who makes it, how do I get it, where do I get this book that everyone has with the happy little beans on the front. All of that is on that page to help uplift people, and we're continuing to find better and more ways to uplift people. We have a spaces coming up on Thursday with Alchemist to talk about how he built Ikigai Tea Shop, and leading up into how he ended up releasing and selling out a book in multiple major retailers with beans as the center. We've got oh my gosh, my brain is what else are we working on?
Your brain is melting because there's just so much to highlight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also I'm also kind of doing the multitask thing where I'm focusing solely on garden caretakers right now, but there's so many moving pieces in it at the moment that I'm doing all of these things. I'm what did I work on yesterday? I can talk about what I worked on. What am I working on today? So just it's just a really great supportive community to help to help uplift and build people. We help them. We're trying to figure out a really good way to streamline marketing for them as well. Obviously, we announce things in the Discord. We help them retweet stuff to bring awareness to what they're building. And we're constantly tweaking and improving those systems as well. So a lot of great stuff. I'm sure Dem has something to add on to it because he's raising his hand now. So I'm going to toss it over to him because my brain is in fact melting.
Real quick before Dem goes, I just wanted to like kind of like show as an example of like the physical product a little bit and how they can be, you know, different and whatnot. I posted up on the Jumbotron like the box that the Udo came in. I didn't completely open it yet because I basically opened it out of the package as soon as I started to stream. But like it just showcased, you know, it's my Azuki that's on a box, and it's got a bunch of other products inside that can, you know, that can really be showcased. But like it's just one of many examples. And like Rose was saying, Alchemist with the book, and then, you know, then you got us Spaces hosts that are up here. We don't really have a product to deliver for some of us, right? But then that's the case. You can be building in so many different ways. But yeah, damn, go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, the way we think about the ways in which we can support builders in our community, we tie it back to our manifesto, which we released before Mint. We build together, we rise together, and we grow together. So build together is resource sharing among the projects, but beyond the group. Rise together is signal boosting for your project and your brand. So marketing, just getting the word out there. And grow together is figuring out scale resources that help everyone regardless of what they're building. So those are the three areas that we're focusing on in terms of supporting garden caretakers.
I love it. And then sorry, Rose, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, I'm really passionate and excited about this group of individuals. So you know, that's it. I just wanted to say I was excited to work with you guys, and I'm having a lot of fun, like problem solving and building out some of the things that we need to help elevate you guys even more. So
hey, does one of them do interior design? Like they could maybe give.
Yeah, you know, I really think that we need, if anybody
has
has interior design experience and has not applied to be a garden caretaker, if you could apply and then focus all of your interior design on Azuki NFT IP for Sansa's wall, that would be fantastic.
Like how to
okay.
If you have a white wall, step one
is not called garden miracle makers. They're just caretakers. I don't think.
Look. Exactly. It's not miracle makers here. Okay. No, I'm just fucking dead, man. That was a good one. I love you. But no, I have a whiteboard that's on the way. So I was like, okay, let me wait till this whiteboard comes, and then I'll put it up on
3 weeks ago, you said you were going to put Velcro on the wall and hang up the NS.
I know what I said, Rose. I know what I said. You don't need to remind me. Anyway, look. What I also want to bring this back to as well is that if I'm not mistaken, garden caretakers also just got their Twitter account 2 weeks ago, 10 days ago, something like that.
Yeah. So what's really cool about garden caretakers is it's officially supported by the team, but it's technically community run. So the Twitter account is actually run by some of the garden caretakers themselves. It's not run by Chiro Labs. And they're planning on using that account to help, again, signal boost and uplift one another and everything that they're building. So not only are our garden caretakers passionate about, you know, their own projects that they're working on, but they're also passionate about the sub community / sub brand of garden caretakers itself. They've got this really cool logo that was designed by Levi, not Ackerman. They've got their official Twitter account now, which will shortly be pumping out some really great content from the garden caretakers themselves. They're really taking initiative to like make this thing their own, and I really love seeing it happen and feel the passion behind all of the decisions that they're making with all of this. So really excited. I think we actually have a meeting with them later too to talk about like the best ways to utilize that platform to help pump them up even more. So really excited about that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people fall into this trap of, you know, what do I do in this bear market, that are not really creators, right? Because let's be honest, anyone that's a creator right now, and that falls under a lot of umbrellas, right? Spaces host, you know, fucking garden caretaker, et cetera, like thread writer. There's a lot of different variations. You guys get it, but like, I think there's this little bit of a loud minority that isn't, maybe they're just traders, maybe they're just consumers, and they're just kind of like, well, what the fuck am I doing now? You know, and it's the reality is that it's a creator's market right now. You get to kind of experiment however you want. You get to push the boundaries of what you're looking for. I can definitely attest to it from the espresso shot angle, right? We got this logo, we got the custom song. We're gonna build out a Discord soon, because here's the reality: we do need to diversify as creators, right? Chris has been pushing me to do it forever. He's probably just so fucking excited that I finally have taken one of the ideas that we are executing on, that he
I'm
fucking
so
proposed
excited.
last month.
Super excited.
Yeah, I know you're very excited, Chris. But no, but in all seriousness, like that's what it comes down to. Your account could get shut down tomorrow because you got DMCA'd for whatever reason, like Alice JM, who, by the way, had a, you know, he had a badge, which, you know, that doesn't make you invincible, but like it just goes to show that it can really happen to anyone. And so if there's a lesson here, it's really that if you are a creator, experiment as much as you can. And when, if you are within the garden and you are a garden caretaker, you have a leg up, whether it looks like that or not. You're getting help in that not a lot of people would be getting otherwise. And so that's really, 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 really important, especially when you're starting out. So I would highly recommend. We got Ice up here, who's been just, I know he's cooking something. He's a garden caretaker as well. He's in the music, Mizuki. I'm sure I butchered that, but that's been started by Sire as well, and that's another part of it. That's music based. That's focusing on artists and everything. And so I'm gonna stop myself because I know I'm monologuing. So I'm gonna stop myself right here. I'm gonna throw it over to Puke, and then I want to throw it over to Ice, who's gonna be speaking through here as well, because he is on the stream, even though he's got his hand raised. Puke, go ahead.
Yep. I think I love the conversation so far, right? Especially when you talk about creators, it really take in terms of, for example, besides just hosting spaces, you do above and beyond, right? You do more, for example, having an account, having a logo, uploading it on, Spotify, doing YouTube streams and stuff like that. But right now, in terms of, when I look at all the projects that are really thriving is because they have a group of people that is actively producing content for it. But just question to the floor, if you were to think about it, right, besides being a space host, besides writing thread, what else can the community do? I would love to have your takes as well, Ice, because you are so actively pushing out tons of content with that blue color theme. So, bro, go ahead.
Wow. What else can we do besides writing threads and making spaces? God damn. You're about to put a lot of people out of jobs. Puke. But you know what, man? I think Dem really has a good point. Like the culture and community involvement, I think is really important. I think memes are good because I think it was Shotgun that mentioned this earlier, because anyone can be involved with memes, right? Anybody can kind of get their 2 cents, and anyone can kind of show their love. And I think this actually ties back really well to what Sansa was saying a couple of minutes ago. The way that he put things into perspective. Like, as much as like NFT motherfuckers are here in the space and we're all here for profit, like the culture of actually building a community is something that can't be ignored. And for a long time, that sense of camaraderie was kind of forgotten, and kind of like losses took over the headlines and people were shaken out. Everybody was pissed off. And we saw many individuals actually, they pivoted to focusing on their own brand. That's why there's so many spaces and so many different these podcasts popping up, and some have just they just left Web3 altogether to pursue something else. But I want to bring this back to about Azuki and what Dem and Rose were talking about. And I think this is what Azuki Love Island is doing very, very well, because it involves non-participant holders on a more intimate level. And this is actually different than the traditional DAO voting mechanism where you just kind of cast your vote and forget about it, right? Because with Azuki Love Island, whether you're just a contestant or you're simply just voting, the relationship that is being built between these two groups is something truly special. And this degree of connection that NFT motherfuckers want to have, but they haven't been getting for the past year, this is something that they're now able to experience with Azuki Love Island. And I always preach that any community, any NFT collection, a secondary common interest is absolutely integral to holding the community together, because when shit hits the fan and we can't talk about profits and alpha and how to make money anymore, there has to be that additional reason why the community stays together, regardless of what's happening with the floor price. But nonetheless, I think well, we don't know what the future holds, and if and when the bull run comes around, we absolutely will be the strongest community out here, and will absolutely be in the best position possible to spearhead the Azuki culture to the pinnacle of Web3. And this is exactly why garden caretakers are so important. This is why Azuki Love Island is so important. And this is why X spaces are so damn important. So shout outs to all the garden caretakers. Shout outs to all the spaces hosts like Puke, Maeve. Shout outs to Dem and Rose. Shout outs to everyone in this space. And I'm running out of motivational fuel, goddammit. So someone take my mic, please.
I'm gonna jump in. Equals out. I'm gonna jump in. Like, it's exactly what I said. It's not just threads and spaces. You know, again, you've got Azuki Love Island. That's not a thread or a space. That wasn't even made for the bull market, like the bear market. That was just some people who are passionate about the brand who said, hey, we want to do this fun thing, we're gonna do it. Like, what you can do is take whatever it is that you're passionate about and do that. You know, you've got people who are passionate about art, and they're constantly making art and are doing fan art for the brand or for people who hire them for commissions. You have people who are on the other end of that, who are passionate about art, who are constantly hiring artists to make commissions and sharing that. And just like that kind of recognition through the art of the brand is really important too, and goes a really long way. You've got people who make music. You have people who are just, you know, they're Twitch streamers and they have their NFTs like on their stream while they're streaming, and people are like, oh, what is that weird looking little bean with legs? And, you know, it's just whatever it is that you do, that's what you can do. You don't have to be a threader, you don't have to be a spaces host. You know, there's a lot of different ways that you can support your favorite brands that lean into what you're already good and passionate about, you know.
And real quick, Rose, I wanna also kind of jump in there and just kind of pin this tweet up here. Creator DAO did an art contest, like, to very much to Rose's point, doing just that, right? Is saying they've set up a prize pool, so there's motivation for artists to come in. It's sponsored by the Azuki community as well, and Creator DAO themselves, and the contest is hosted by Raid XYZ, which is they're also part of the Garden Caretakers. And so the essentially the idea here is that any artist can take any one of these Azuki elemental or beans and draw a submission by August 31st. The all the details are there. You just got to have a hashtag at some point, and you know, put your submission in. I think that's pretty dope. First prize gets one whole ETH. And then second place is 0.4 to 3 winners, and third place is 0.15 to 6 winners. So just saying, there's a lot of potential there, and I haven't seen a ton of submissions, but also I haven't also kind of clicked through on the hashtag, so maybe that's just me being.
And also, for those of you that don't know, as a true garden caretaker, somebody that takes care of the garden, I heard the rumors that Sans is doubling the price out of his own pocket. So,
bro, you gotta stop with that. People are gonna start thinking it's true. Puke, Miguel, never have a co-host that just goes against your word. Hire a lawyer that won't speak out against you. My lawyer is trying to get me put in jail, literally. Anyway, Dem, I want to throw it over to you. You've been waiting for how dare we keep an honorary co-host waiting? This is crazy.
Up to us as a team to inspire you, but you need to put yourself in a place where you can be inspired. We need to drop dope shit only, but lower your expectations. You know, Azuki bad, Azuki's horrible, Azuki's going to zero. Lower your expectations. But then you got to be, you know, yourself. You got to be in a place where you can be inspired. You either have to position yourself financially so you can have fun with this, or you can have to position yourself emotionally by, you know, taking a break or you know, looking back into why you got into this in the first place. It's up to us to inspire all of you. But, you know, if you're not willing, if you don't have your mind open to that, you know, we won't be able to. So it takes both of us. But as a community member, the best thing that you can do right now is put yourself in a place where you can be inspired by what's coming next. Put yourself in a place where, like, your expectations are low, and enjoy the fact that you're with a group of people that are very passionate about this brand building exercise, and try to see the positive and try to put yourself in the place where the negative doesn't hurt you, because we've heard from a lot of collectors and it's been quite a difficult time, and it's been hard for some of them to find the fun in collecting NFTs. And I think it's very difficult to justify what we do here if you're not having fun and if you're not participating. So look for a way to find the fun in this, and you'll have a much better time. But yeah, Azuki's bad. Lower your expectations.
Yeah, we also have to start some Twitter beef. So Dem, your bean's face looks stupid. It doesn't even have any fucking eyes. It's just
Yeah,
circles.
well, your face is stupid too. So let's have a fight right here.
Yeah,
I have
right here, right now.
About you that I will uncover the truth about Sansa.
Mhm.
Finally coming out.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just go a step further and just uncover the whole deep dark truth about the whole team, the very people you love them and that you see.
Don't tell them I'm not really on the team. I'll get fired. So don't tell them.
Well, I have all the deep dark truth about the whole space, and the VC and the influencers too. Everyone is together in one big cabal. So I'm gonna reveal that for next space that we do. Until then, like and subscribe.
All right. Look, I love you, Dem. I love you, Rose. We are about 5 minutes over our segment allotment. Puke and Miguel got a nice little 90-minute break. In their what seems to be 8-hour, 10-hour spaces that they are going to be continuing on. We can keep going with this foolishness as much as we want, but I will say real quick, I want to throw it over to Shotgun. And hold on, Ice, do you still have something to say, or is your hand still up just because?
Oh no, I just wanted to finish off on on your thank you for that, on your point and Puke's question earlier. I totally forgot one of the most important things about pushing our culture out there. It's basically what these guys are doing, man. So these guys have a show called it's Mahjong Sessions, and essentially it's for Asian builders out in the other side of the world. And while being here in North America, we don't get to embrace these spaces as much due to time zone restrictions. But what these guys are doing is absolutely should be on the list, because we can't just promote our culture to the North Americans or our side of the world. We need people, passionate builders, spaces hosts from all over the world to be doing this kind of initiative. So shout outs to Maeve and shout outs to Puke. Thank you guys for doing this, and thank you for having us on the show.
Well, Ice.
100.
Damn, go ahead.
No, just plus 100, my friend. Plus 100 to what Ice just said.
Yeah, well, plus 100,000. Yeah, I just wanted to say that. With Shotgun, I want to throw it over to you, and then I want to start our official closing remarks for our segment here.
Nah, of course. Plus these nuts across your face. But anyways, I just wanted to kind of add up real quick. Bro, Sansa's reaction on stream is just way too good.
Well, anyway, spilled water, bro. Fuck.
I just wanted to say that about the whole okay. Just about the whole besides threads and spaces, what can I do? My brother in Christ, if you just take a close look in the Azuki community, we have Steve G doing anime. We have Alchemist doing children's books. We have Zookit doing the mini skateboards, the little toys. We have my brother in Christ. We have people doing everything. So I feel like it's genuinely about finding your tribe and people that you want to connect with. And that goes back to why I wanted to join the garden in the first place. I saw all these talented people, and I wanted to be surrounded by them. I wanted to have a best shot at connecting with all of them. So I feel like it's really in that way, and also because I'm passionate about anime culture. So you find these people that you genuinely want to connect with, and you just do whatever you enjoy doing and take it to the best of your ability. So I don't think there's any limit to what you can do. I just think that the people that are getting the most attention right now are doing threads and spaces, and therefore you kind of get that look of oh, it seems like you need to be doing those threads. It seems like you need to be doing spaces to have some sort of spotlight, when that's definitely not true. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents. I feel like no matter what talent or what niche you enjoy working on, there's always space for you as well. So appreciate you guys having us in here, and really, really excited to see the community flourishing.
Man, that might be the smartest monologue.
Oh, we head up to swing some trees like here in Malaysia as well. I got a lot of trees next to me. So this is again profit power hour, espresso invasion. So are we long or short Azukis, man?
Long or short, I'll buy more beans.
The answer is yes. The answer is yes.
Man.
The answer is yes. We
Okay.
accumulate everything. You accumulate everything and you hold to nothing. That is lowering the expectation. This is how you do it. I was gonna say ladies and boys, but that's not right. Anyway, this is how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, look, Shaka. Let me close it out. I love you guys. Puke, Mob. Thank you so much for having us. I know we have to get going. I'll see you two tomorrow with the Polygon shot. Don't you dare miss it or be late. Even though I was like 2 hours late apparently today. But hey, it's all good. It happens. I mean, who is it a little late every once in a while? If you know what I mean. But anyway, guys, you could have gone to any spaces or segment today, but you came to this one, and we appreciate every single one of you for it. We talked about Azuki Love Island, talked about the Bobu Plushy proposal and Bobu Treasury in general, and just Bobu in general, along with garden caretakers. We also learned that everyone loves Fernando so much more than Shotgun. I love y'all. Let's get this going.
Yeah, that's it. Moonwalking like Jackson, on top like a fraction. You hearing it, but I feel different. I'm big dog like a mastiff. Every line is a cash in, make it hit for ad libs. Said it all would happen, and it happened. Look, if I was a fish, then I would probably be a swordfish. I just keep on winning while I'm swimming with endorphins. I don't need a door, not that thing right off the door. Property so big, the Uber driver need coordinates. Series of events that led to this was not unfortunate. Only 5'7", but my money's not proportionate. Y'all ain't stopping my plans, got too much in my hands. Calluses, spices all on my jam, never dropping it bland. Balanced it, cheers into my wins, cup filled to the brim. Chalices, just me and my friends, never letting y'all in. Savages, that's it, moonwalking like Jackson, on top like a fraction. You hearing it, and I feel different. I'm big dog like a mastiff. Every line is a cash in. Make it hit.
Y'all, that's it for the special shot segment. Have a great fucking day. Usually this is the part where I press the end button, but I will not be doing that.
I love it how, bro, that every time when you come on spaces, you're so confident. But the first time, when you are trying to start your segment and ending the space, you'll be like, all right, so this is the first gangbang. I do not know how to do. Should I pull out right now? But no worries, Sansa, Shotgun. Actually, you guys don't have to leave. We can continue the segment on with you guys. Since you say you are late for 2 hours, it's okay. You can stay for another 2 hours. But first off, I just want to shout out. This is actually the first time crossing over. Well, it's 80% espresso shot, 20% pukecast, but not too bad because I love the conversation. So shout out to Sansa, Shotgun, Dam, Rose, Ice, Digital. You didn't even raise your hand to speak anything, but it's okay. You came here. Watch. Shout out to you guys and the listeners for being